Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I feel like this message may not apply to everyone. Like everyone might not be this way, but I feel like everyone will understand this message, right? You don't want to mess up opportunities or connections with people that is being brought on your path to elevate you, to help you because you're scarred or you're scared, right? Who's coming in? The enemy wants you to be like that. Like, just because you're going through a season of truth doesn't mean it's okay to just like push everything away. Like, this is why they say, like, you got to be a warrior, you know what I'm saying, to walk this battle, because the enemy will want you to push everybody away, to like isolate so much where you're not even elevating, you're not even doing nothing, you become stagnant, you become stuck, you get in that depressive mindset state and stay there. So recognize when you're being pulled out of hermit mode and it's time for you to go outside again, or it's time for you to try that talent again, or it's time for you to try that career choice again, or it's time for you to try something again. You have to be able to recognize when it's your time, because you'll be so scared and afraid because you got hurt. You know what I'm saying? When you coming out of, hermit mode, it feels like the whole world is looking at you. You got to build yourself back up, but you don't want to stay in that and you never connect with the people, or you're defensive towards people that might actually, be there to help you or just talk to you or, lift up your spirit. So that's really the moral of this whole message, is make sure that you're healing when it comes to people, because I know we go through so much and it's people that always scar us and it's people that we're always talking about. So, sorry, y'all, I just got a message. I have a photo shoot today. But what did I just say? What did I say, Holy Spirit? What did I say? Oh, yeah, about people. So, people will hurt you and scar you. Is people that, we talk about on these videos. It's people that we talk about that could be haters. You know what I'm saying? So, you could just be over people, just period. You're going to get to a point, or you have got to a point, or you was at a point, okay? Maybe someone understand me, you already went through this phase and you're out of it. But you'll go through this phase where you just like, you don't know who to trust. You just don't trust people. You just don't like people at all. It be like, everybody start being looking weird to you. You like, I don't know if I could trust this person. I get that. But that's also an enemy tactic to get you to feel like you're never going to meet people that is of the light, who will be supportive, who will help you, who's not out to get you. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to love, right? Building a connection. The enemy wants you to think that you could never, experience love and find someone that you could really love and settle down with. So be careful with this. Be careful with this, because some of you, it's just not time for you to really be socializing. You're still in hermit mode where you're, sitting with the Father, having that conversation with the Father, working with the Father. But some of you, you've been sitting with the Father. You've been in hermit mode for a long time now. And now it's time for you to try again and come back out. And I don't want you to self-sabotage building real, genuine connections with people because you're still operating in that old mindset. When you come out of hermit mode, you have to change the way that you're thinking. If your mindset hasn't changed a bit, then maybe you need to go back into hermit mode. Because if you still feel like you can never trust people, if you still feel like love is fake, or your heart is still cold, and you don't want to let real friends come in, or you don't want to let a real love relationship come in, or whatever, real connections grow and come in, then you might need to go back in hermit mode, because there are people that really has good intentions, really is not trying to use you, don't have nothing maliciously planned, just to be in connection with you. And if you're still operating in that because, you befriended someone or you was trying to befriend someone, they ended up being a snake or doing sneaky things, or you got your heart broke, or, just certain situations played out where they showed this loyalty, and now you just hard as cold, okay? Hard as your heart is as hard as a rock. That's not helping nobody. That's not, God don't want us doing that. I don't want us walking around with a brick. No, 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 no. He want us to identify people, identify their behaviors, and place them in the categories that they belong. So these people, they wasn't good for you. Cool. Place them in that not good for me category. But you got to keep it pushing, because you're going to meet people that's going to be in the good for me category. But if you're still scarred and hurt from the people that's not good for you, right? The people that was lessons, you will look at the blessings as lessons as well, and you will put them in a not so good for me category. And now you'll be walking around just alone, depressed, in a weird, setting, because you not really letting the right people in, because you don't trust nobody. That's not the vibe. That's not the energy. It's never for you to not trust nobody. You should always be cautious of everybody. You should always be dependent in God, and not really dependent on human beings, because we're not perfect. So, if you know that we're not perfect, you won't expect too much from a human. You know what I'm saying? You will have more grace just off of that. But this is why we're supposed to be dependent on God, and blah, 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 blah. But I know and I see where people self-sabotage a lot of real connections and stuff because of past hurt, past trauma. And, we have to be able to heal that and move forward. This is how you heal it. Okay, you've been in hermit mode for years, but now you're going to be tested on how you actually heal it when you're in the real world. Okay, people think that, they're healed and they're over situations because you've been isolated. You're a hermit. But now that God pushes you out in the real world, how can you apply what you learned? That's going to tell us if you're really healed or not. Because if you're healed, you'll be able to accept new love, and you will be able to recognize when it's genuine, when it's not genuine. Because God doesn't want us to just not have people. He don't want us to just be around the wrong people, because if you don't have the right people, then you're going to have the wrong people, and he don't want that. So he wants you to know, no, there are good people that I will send to you that will be a blessing to you, to help you, or maybe not to help you in a way that you expect. And also, people be coming into your lives, but it's not how you expect them to come. I'm gonna talk about that till the day I die. The package ain't being delivered in the way that you thought it was going to be delivered. So you're not really taking it as a serious, important package. Okay? This package, it came, looking a whole different way. And you don't want to accept that. So this is why sometimes, y'all be pushing these people away, is because you want someone specifically to come in looking a specific way or something like that, unrealistic. And God is sending in someone that might not even look how you thought that they was going to look when it comes to a friendship, when it comes to a relationship. And it's up to you to figure out if you're going to build on this connection. Make sure we're building on the right connections. This is why discernment is so important, because without discernment, you'll push everybody away and put them in a not good for me category. And you probably got like 2-3 people that really is good for you in that category, but because you're still hurt, right? Now because you're triggered by something, right? Maybe something they said, or the way that they look, or the way that they act, something triggers you. So now you're placing them in that not so good for me category. And it's going to feel a bit lonely. Either you feel lonely now because you don't trust nobody, so you're going about, the situation all weird. So it's either you dealing with loneliness now, maybe you don't want to admit it, but you're a bit lonely. you know? You might even have people around you, but you still feel lonely. It's because the right people that you're supposed to be around that's not going to make you feel lonely. The ones that's going to fill your cup up, having you explore and feeling seen and heard. Those are the people that you got in a not so good for me category. You got to make sure, you got to go through your trash. Some of y'all have put people in the trash that don't belong there. Okay, you need to go through your trash and see, did I misplace some people in here because I was hurt or I was triggered or because I just wasn't healed from a situation, or just because, I just wasn't healed and I said F everybody. Do I have some people in here I need to go back and try to make things work with, okay? Because I feel lonely. And the people I'm around now, I feel lonely. Okay? Maybe there's someone in the trash God sent my way that can add that spark back into my life, that can give me back that motivation. Okay? These are simple things, but major. Okay? I'd rather have somebody in my life that gives me motivation and encouragement than someone that might give me like a place to stay. I'm not even gonna lie. Because I done lived with people before, and people just have you there and still treat you like shit. Don't even want you there, be hating on what you're doing for your job, because your job, maybe, y'all got different work hours or something, man. People will hate you for little dumb, ridiculous stuff like that. You feel me? Listen, y'all. Some of y'all need to go back to the trash. Because you done sacrificed people that encourage you and uplift you, that's going to always keep you on that path of wanting more, right? You need to be hungry in this world, because it's easy to get settled. It's easy to just blend in with everybody. But we need more people that don't care, that is going to try this and keep going for this and do this. And they're never going to let, a past relationship or a past friendship that didn't work, a failed one, dictate, their life moving forward. Because some people, they don't want to look at it in that way. But the fact that you've been hurt in the past, and now that you got your heart stoned and closed, you're letting that person win. That person has full control over you. Of course, they would never want you to move on and find true happiness. A snake that's considered a friend would never want you to move on and find a true friend that will value you out loud. Because they know how much you are to be valued, but they just didn't want to do it because they didn't want you to know it. They didn't want you to see it. So imagine if you move forward and you get a supportive friend that reminds you all the time. Bro, you'll be unstoppable. You'll be so creative. You wouldn't be having, creator's block. You'll be able to really brainstorm and think about things that you want to do. And, God will be right there assisting you because of just the encouraging words, just because of the drive. You will be like excited and eager. You wouldn't just want to chill out and slack, because this person will always be lifting you up and encouraging you. They'll be giving you something in your spirit that you probably never even, you knew you had it, but you just never tapped into. And God sending in these right people that's going to say the right things to get up in you for your spirit to feel moved and encouraged. Because you can be around people all the time, but some people don't move you. There's certain people that is around you that actually moves you. You get what I'm saying? What they say, it actually, you listen. They probably walk it like they talk it. These are people that they're living their life in a righteous way, so you can actually listen and believe them, or they have authority in their voice or passion when they're speaking to you, so that you can tell that they really care about what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And that's pouring into you. For me, I would rather pick somebody that is giving me encouraging words and, really supportive of me than someone that is, I don't know, someone money. It's no comparison. Someone that is lifting me up, encouraging me, and really supportive and is genuine, I would give them the world. I would give them all the money in the world. So yeah, I don't know how this message might fit for you, but, figure out what position, you are in this message? Are you someone where your heart is so closed off where you put everybody in the trash? You ain't even really, vet people properly. You ain't even really give it time, thought, consideration. You just, I don't want to deal with it. I don't trust nobody right now. Everybody go. Right here, this is where you going. This is where you staying. Or are you someone where you're like, Becky scarred me. Sharif wasn't shit. I thought that was my homeboy, but he actually was like kind of jealous of me low key, which is weird. Like, this could be what you thinking. But you're like, I ain't gonna let that stop me because, we still have some great moments where I know that, like, me with a friend that is like lit and righteous and on the same type of time as me, I know that that'll be lit. So I'm just going to continue to move forward so I could find me my true, like, best friend and we could really get back on it, because you could be someone, you like doing these type of things. You just got to find the right person to do it. And you're the type, you like, I'm not going to stop what I want for myself and my family, or just what I want for my life and what I envision because of a few couple, failed friendships and failed relationships where I thought it was a real connection, but it wasn't. I'm not going to change, what I want to do in life because Becky scarred me or because Sharif turned out to be a snake. No, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing forward. Like, y'all be giving the enemy what they want. The tricks be working for y'all. It be giving like y'all are the kids, because tricks are for kids. So if these manipulating tricks work, where these people come into your life and scar you so bad to where you don't want to find your true friends who will motivate you and uplift you, right? After you go through this heartbreak or sadness, sorrow, whatever it is. Or you find someone that you love and care about and you want to spend the rest of your time. Don't you know how happy the enemy is if you're blocking all of that out? If you're just automatically putting people in the trash? If you're automatically saying, oh, these are the not for me category. Like, you know how happy the enemy is? Because you basically gave up. You basically saying that God is not who he says he is, and he cannot bless you with good. Even after a storm, even after a heartbreak, even after a loss, whatever you done been through. You basically saying God is a liar, he's small, and he cannot give you goodness after this. When we know that is false, that's false. But it takes time, it takes work. You can't just brush everybody away because they might trigger you, Maybe they speak on something and the last time you heard about this or you spoke about this, you was in a whole different world. But God could be bringing this back up for a reason. But you feel triggered because they're talking about the situation, and you feel like you healed from it because you don't want to talk about it. But that's not how we know you healed from it. We know you're healed from it when you can talk about it and you can still be calm and you won't even, give like a defensive attitude about it. You already studied for the test, so, ain't no pop quiz. You get me? But I'm going to end this message here. I just, wanted to remind people, like, this is the season where you will be, meeting people that's coming along. And, of course, you're going to have snakes coming along, too. But this is why you should be asking God for his discernment so you could discern the two so that you're not just throwing everybody in the trash. No, you need to put people in their right categories. There's some people that belongs in the trash, and there's some people that belongs on your side, okay? So you need to figure out, have you been putting people in the trash that you need to actually, work with and have them on your side? Figure it out. Y'all got to figure it out. Figure it out. All right, catch you on my next video. Bye.